thanks to our speaker, Gail, for coming in tonight to enlighten us and give us inspiration to honor our men and women in uniform and their families, because it is the entire family that serves.
Hi, I just want to thank you guys for inviting us out. We had a great time. Gail was an awesome speaker. Her message was right on point with just everything in life, with military life.
I've really enjoyed watching Gail communicate with the military spouses here. I see how the spouses are engaged. They're at the edge of their seat, they're involved, they're listening, they're learning, they're taking notes. So clearly they're taking away something and a new message from what Gail's giving them. It's been a wonderful joy to work with Gail, and I appreciate what she's brought to the military community.
Our guest speaker, Gail Kasper, was excellent, delivering a powerful, mentoring, engaging speech to the women, and it was just a really wonderful time.
I really appreciated you coming tonight and speaking to us. I had 5 FRG leaders in the audience tonight, and they are all FRG leaders that are of units that are fixing to deploy. And I saw a lot of lights go off in their minds, and just watching their faces as you were speaking to them really made a big difference to me. And I think you made a huge difference in their lives, which is going to make a huge difference in even more lives. So thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it.
I have been working in the military community now since the beginning of 2009. I was on hand when we sent troops over to Iraq and Afghanistan. I continue to stay in touch via email with many of them, being a resource and support for them as well, and being brought into several Operation Homefront opportunities to meet all of you and have the chance to just talk to you and be inspired by what you do every single day. Let's imagine that all your husbands are overseas right now. They're overseas. And I come in and I tell you, your husband is coming home tomorrow. I will guarantee that you will get more done in a day than you have gotten done in your whole life. Hair will be done, house will be organized, food in the fridge, favorite meal, bikini wax, whole bit, done, golden, ready to go. You will get more done in a day, and it's logical, right? You are following a laundry list of 100 things and you're checking them off and you're moving right through that list. Now, you're all set, you're ready to go, you look beautiful, you're waiting by the door and you get a phone call and it says, no, sorry, he's going to be gone for another 4 months. And you become flat as a pancake. And we don't feel like moving. We don't feel like doing anything. It's the worst feeling in the world. It's the highs and the lows of life. And the reality is that when you're up in those highs and you're feeling good, don't you want to keep that momentum? You want to keep that momentum going. That's the ultimate goal. What the systematic attitude development technique is all about. When you're feeling great, that's when you want the plan, because when the plan is in place, you keep the momentum. By the same respect, when you're feeling terrible, when you're at your lowest point, when you're struggling, the systematic attitude development technique is about putting a plan in place so that you can move past it. Get past the emotion into a logical place where you're looking after you, you're looking after your family, you're doing the best that you can be. Because I had gone after something over and over and over again and over again, and door was slammed in my face over and over and over again. So I felt like the biggest fool, but I went to the audition, cried all the way home, but for the next 2 years, I was the co-host of America's TV Job Network. But that's when I knew. I wanted to be in television when I was in college. I should have done it. I could have done it. I'm persistent, I'm hardworking, I know I can handle it, I'll do the job. I could have done it. But I didn't know until that moment what was possible in my life. And you know what? I'd have to face humiliation along the way. You have to bargain for that. That's going to be part of the picture, you know? Anytime you're going after a goal or a dream or you're working towards something, whether it's a class, school, a new job, going after a job, it does not matter. There's a certain humiliation you're going to have to face, but that's the emotion I was telling you about earlier, right? You got to put that emotion aside, you develop the plan, you stay logical, and you keep moving forward. And if people are laughing at you along the way, you just disregard them because they're not moving toward their goals and dreams. You are. There are two types of people you're going to meet in this world. The first is going to be jealous of you. They see you moving toward that goal and their dream. They're not. You are a mirror to them of everything that they are not doing with their life. But then there's that other person that wants to be you, that sees you moving toward the goals and the dreams. They want to know how you do what you do, how you got to this place. Sometimes we don't want to share all our secrets. But the reality is, it becomes an evolution for everything you will do in your life. See, when I got back from California, I was in an abusive relationship. I didn't know how to get out of it. I was in it for 1.5 years, which may not be terribly long, but I was so lost with my own life. I didn't know who I was, what strengths I had, what talents I had, where my life was. I spent my life until that point living for everybody else. And finally, after that, I started to rebuild me. I started to get out and take some risks and see what life brought. I started my business. I started it in the middle of bankruptcy, and I was by myself. I didn't have any money in the bank. There were times when I would go see clients that I'd sleep in my car. Today, I'm one of the leading speakers in the nation. I have audiobooks. I'm doing things I've always dreamed of doing. I'm a continuous learner. I always want to be that continuous learner. There are people, they don't want to take a chance to learn because they might fail. What? I can't count the number of times that I've been laughed at, or people might think something, or they talk about something I failed at. I don't care. To be in a place that I know I can count on me is the place I wish for all of you always, because you are what counts. You are the strength. Life does not bring success to you. You bring success to life. And whether you're here in this city, or you're in another city, guess what? You get to take all those talents and strengths that you have with you. They don't go anywhere. And I've heard people say to me, you know what? I always wanted to do this when I was young and I never did it. I always wanted to, but I never did. Okay, so you didn't do that? You know how many talents you have? Oh my God. There are so many things you can do with your life. You're not limited by one. If you had one love and it passed you by, move on and find something else. There is so much more out there for you. I mean, one of the people that I've really grown to admire because I've gotten to know so well is Vicki Saraceno. And she's the director of Operation Homefront, corporate, correct? Right? I mean,
Yeah, she does our programs.
yeah, programs as well. One of the things that she told me, she said, my God, I've been uprooted so many times. I've left so many careers behind. It never stopped her from being in the mindset of being logical. What more is out there? What more can I find? It's about developing you. It's about what you can bring. There is no stopping you. It's the talent, it's the strengths, it's what you bring to the table. And the one person we can never quit on is ourselves.